All right, so now in the next videos, we're gonna go ahead and show you guys, or in the upcoming videos, we will start to talk about more about personal defense, home defense, car defense, hell, all types of nonsense. Nuclear defense, well, I don't know if there's a defense for that too much, because once that bomb goes off, which crazy people are trying to say they're gonna use soon, well, whatever. I just hope I'm gone in the next half a millisecond. I'm not trying to live after the aftermath, but I can't prevent that or teach you how to, survive from a nuclear bomb or whole, fallout, whatever, nightmare. But I can at least teach you home defense. I know you see a lot of videos on YouTube or any other channel about weapons and safety. Most of them haven't even been in the military. They claim that they're operators. They fancy themselves as Green Beret, ex-CIA, whatever the case may be, Ranger or some other shit, SEAL Team 19,000, or whatever the case may be. It's the units that you never really hear only a little bit about that will scare the shit out of you. The Marine Corps, yeah, we don't have to fancy ourselves just because we wear a little jewelry on our collar, or just because I also wear some jewelry on their little collar, think that they popping. Like, no. But when it comes to combat, it's normally enlisted people or guys that's out there fighting the war for you. What officers? I mean, yeah, there's a few of them that are rock stars, but anyways, yes, it's a lot of misinformation, a lot of rush hour Rambos out there, whoever, trying to show that they're big and bad. But no, in the real world, you need to learn how to take care of yourself. Now, I know this is like a side video from the light lamp that I was showing you, but the lamp is awesome. I can't tell you how many times through a storm, especially winter storms, everybody always thinks it's just going to be a rainstorm or thunderstorm that's going to knock power out. No, if it's heavy snow on a power line, it can sit there for like a couple hours, and then after a while, it's too much, and then that generator or those little round circles, pretty much like the little conductors, whatever, or capacitors, I believe, is when they hold a lot of energy. But once they get too much condensation or wetness on them, they will knock out a whole power grid. It's not just a block that would be affected, it's everybody. So where I used to live in Fort Washington, Maryland, yeah, on that backside power grid, and we weren't hooked up to the National Harbor just yet, our power went out like almost every rainstorm, every snowstorm, even wind would knock our power out all the time. And if you worked in that area, you know what I'm talking about. They fixed it now, don't get me wrong. But when that light goes out and you don't have one of these, yes, you are SOL. You are shit out of luck. Sorry, I'm cursing, but this is just the real life, or the real me telling you how it is. And if you don't like cursing, then this is not the channel for you. Now, this is not esthetician Benjamin talking to you. This is Marine Benjamin talking to you. If you ever had a situation where it's all pitch black, and they do teach you in certain survival schools, oh yeah, if you're tied up, if you are held hostage for certain days, it can drive you crazy just having a blindfold over your eyes or a bag. When they bag you and take you to some unknown location, it messes with your head. It really does. So it's the same thing when the power goes out. What are you going to do? If somebody's trying to do something crazy to you, what if they cut the power? Sometimes it doesn't even have to be a storm. It could just be some crazy fucker who just doesn't like you, or wants to set you up, or wants to rob you, or wants to rape you, or wants to just give you a high five in the darkness. I don't know what it could be, but it's not going to be a good thing. And so you do need to be prepared. I would say at one location, it happened at a massage place. It's ME. We can always all know what that place stands for. Massage, whatever. So working there, and the power went out, I'm talking about for a while. And everybody, they couldn't get reimbursed their money. We had to walk everybody to the front. Thank God. We had a few smokers. They had lighters, but our emergency power was out. There was no extra lighting where we were. And when I'm telling you, trying to navigate through, we're already in the basement area. There's a grocery store literally to our left and a little bit underneath the ground, just how we are. But the power outage was messed up for everybody. And so people would have to go to their cars, turn the lights on, because we're underground and it's super pitch black. And so, yeah, it's a situation where you don't want to find yourself into. Trust me, you don't. I don't care if you're amongst your friends. It's crazy. So be careful. If you're emptying the trash at night, sometimes if you're working in certain areas, that power goes out. There's no electricity or heat, air conditioning, and you know what I'm talking about, like big office buildings. Yeah, they shut that power off at a certain time, at least 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and it's only emergency generators at that time. Maybe the security have lights, but everywhere else, you're in the darkness, all right? So protect yourself, protect yourself, protect yourself. Again, there's a lot of bullshit on YouTube about somebody who's, I was an operator for so many years. I'm like, how the fuck are you telling all these secrets and telling your whole life story, even if you were a SEAL, Green Beret, Army, Recon, or, you know, wait a minute. Well, you rarely ever see a reconnaissance Marine ever talking about missions and stuff like that because we know better. We're not stupid. That's dumb. There's safety briefs. For one, I have no idea how people are even saying they would caught some. Most of this stuff is classified until we all die. You would never ever really truly know what these I gotta stop cursing, sorry, what these idiots are actually talking about. And maybe they were on those teams, but they weren't the point man or the front motherfucker that just went through and killed Osama bin Laden, like the one guy talking his story. That's bullshit. You'll never ever really know who was the person who actually pulled the trigger. That's bullshit. And I'm here to tell you, I'll call anybody out in any branch. It doesn't matter. Because I know, no. Like, again, we have protocols, safety briefs, SOPs, all this stuff they tell you, don't say this, don't open loose lips, sink ships. It's just the truth. Now, if you don't believe, you can go on any base and try that shit, whatever. I'm surprised they let people like that tell all these stuff. I'm like, golly, that's like treason. Wouldn't I get discharged? I would almost get an honorable discharge. You know, I got an honorable discharge. I would get a dishonorable just for saying stuff outside of the military. Your discharge paperwork is not immune once you get out. It's like you don't have immunity to everything. Once you open your mouth, you can still be held liable. We signed a contract, and it's pretty much a life contract. It's not a 10-year contract. It's not a 2-year. It's a life contract, especially if you were in certain areas like intel. I would say any type of special forces, reconnaissance, Marine security, MSG, officers, anybody has a clearance pretty much past the top secret, and there are clearances past top. There's a lot of dummies keep saying they have a top. I'm like, man, you can get a top secret clearance just working for any government agency. It doesn't mean you have to be a spy. It doesn't mean secret top secret is okay. But then there's ones that shit, I don't even know the acronyms to them. There's levels to shit that I can't even get into, and I've been pretty far. But that's all I can really tell you. Other than that, the classes that I'm gonna be talking about is basically on the range. There's a shitload of range idiots out here who are telling you how to load guns, how to look into their guns. For example, if you are on the range, and if I ever seen anybody, I don't care if you're the deadliest of operators, soldiers, whoever, and you ever put your hand in front of your muzzle, I don't care if it's clear, I don't care if it's safe, you looked inside of it. So when it's racked forward, the slide goes forward. That's all I'm talking about. Because when you racked it, and now it's racked forward, you put everything, it's ready to fire. As you can see, the hammer's back and everything. But for this, well, if you haven't noticed, the safety is on. So even if I pull the trigger, it ain't gonna go nowhere. I've seen people do this with the safety off and have bullets into the gun. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? So be careful with idiots. And then trying to show that they are pulling their gun because it looks cool to pull up here and keep going like that. Don't put your fingers up here. I'm doing it just for your purposes. If you've been to a class and your instructor kept doing this or putting their whole hand in front of the gun and pull, that's stupid. That's stupidity. Anything can happen. You could forget there's a round in there. You could you could have a stovepipe, squib load, whatever that round, that could be stuck up in there. You just didn't look, check it properly, and pow. I've seen so many people have wounds and injuries from shooting yourself in the hand. I was a police officer for over 10 years. We've gone to the hospital taking reports for people with gunshot wounds, self-inflicted. And it's usually always hands, thighs, feet, groin, butt a little bit. If you put, certain people will put their guns in the back, which is stupid because you sit on your weapon. Man, good grief. Anything can snatch, or these triggers are very, very light. Very light. So you've seen, okay, to clear, just a simple check would just be thumb grip. I can see what's in there and if it wasn't. Because remember, it would actually rack back, because remember, there would be only one round in here. It would slide it to the back. So if you just want to check, look, it's right there. There's nothing in there. Safety off. Hammer goes forward. That's all you need to do to make sure you don't have a round. Please don't make sure you don't have your finger in here. I've seen people look in here, point the muzzle to their face. Oh, let me look what's inside. Pow, blow their brains out. Like I said, we go to the hospital to take reports all the time on people who shoot themselves all the time. It's not always gang violence. It's not always domestic violence. It's just your self-violence. So be safe out there. Again, the videos will show you how to properly load your weapons just in a safe manner. It's the same thing I would teach on the range, and I'm licensed. So yes, I do take people to the range and show them. And if you ever did something stupid to where you got to get kicked the fuck off the range, then yes, you got to go. I don't care if you paid, non-refundable. No, fuck no. But anyways, this light or any light, be safe out here. There's a lot of crazy people. Doesn't matter what they're driving, fast car, nice car, horrible car. People are idiots. People have weapons too. And you need to have one just to protect your family. If you get a license, it doesn't mean you have a license to kill like James Bond. That's bullshit. I'm a Marine and they still didn't give us a fucking license to kill people. No, only when we're in combat is when you have the go ahead or the green light to go ahead and execute your rules of engagement. So your ROE, if it didn't say shoot whoever in zone whatever or grid whatever, whoever's plotting or whoever's give you your coordinates, then no, we still don't even have a license. All we do is fuck you up in the worst way if we get the green light. But I don't automatically have the green light. I can't just turn it on. Oh, I'm a Marine, let me go kill people. No. We are the most patient with taking somebody's life that you just don't understand. But if it's that time for you to go, then yeah, you gotta go. Even your ghost gotta go. We gotta kill him too or her too. We don't give a fuck about anybody. I don't care if you're in the same services, but hey, if we get that order and you fucking up and you calling fucking danger close missions even on us, you gotta go. Yes, that's everybody included. The Marine Corps don't give a shit about nobody. So with that being said, you guys be blessed, be safe, and I will see you guys next time. Don't get captured.
I believe we've already met, haven't we, sweet taste? I hope you left room for dessert. Take it from me, honey. Plastic is no substitute for a nice hunk of wood.